All right, guys, I want to welcome you out to tonight's call on what is a Beachbody coach with the Ugly Crew. My name is Makala Clark. I'm really excited to have you guys on the call and have the opportunity to share with you this amazing opportunity. So to begin with, I kind of wanted to just let you know a little bit about me and my story. And so we're going to start kind of back. I kind of want to give you my list of my life. So here's some facts about me. I'm a product of divorce. My mom and dad divorced when I was 2 years old. We moved in with my grandparents. And so, at a young age, I was without a dad. And I'm grateful for my mom because she took me out of a situation that, without going into much detail, wasn't a very good situation. And if I would have grown up in that, I don't know who I would be today. It wasn't a good situation. And I grew up shopping at thrift stores, not because it was hip. I can remember just absolutely dreading going into the thrift stores looking for clothes. And while I'm grateful for my mother, she was a single mom who worked really hard, it's still not easy. I mean, I'm sure you guys understand growing up, wanting to fit in and not wanting to be different. And I just always remember feeling just different. I never felt like I really had friends, and I felt kind of like a loner, and I just did my own thing. And so I just remember at a young age always just wishing I could just be normal, which we all know normal is, obviously what is normal. But I just remember wishing that I could fit in and I could have, just the things that everyone else had. I was jealous of other girls whose dads were around, my best friends, and their moms, because their dads, were around. They would take them on daddy-daughter dates. They would do different things like that. My grandpa was the one who took me. And while I'm so grateful for him, he is like my dad. I just remember feeling so jealous of those girls who had that bond with their dads, and their moms. Their moms were stay-at-home moms, so they were the moms. And in my head, I think what happened is I watched TV shows, and so I felt like that was reality because I didn't know really what a real family looked like. And so for me, what a dad was like Full House. And so I grew up thinking that this is what dads were like, TV dads, that's what dads were. And moms, they stayed home and they baked cookies and they were there when you entered the door and wanted to hear all about your day. And I didn't have that. And I can remember lying, even at a really young age, to my friends or, to kids in my class about who my dad was. I'd make up that he was a doctor, or I would make up these things about him because, honestly, I didn't really know. While my parents were divorced and I saw him every once in a while, he didn't really want anything to do with me. And so I kind of made up my version of dad. And so I dealt with that. I was kicked out of college. I went to college for a year, but I really didn't go. I went to class, but I wasn't prepared for college. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I think that's part of the reason that I got kicked out is I had no direction. I didn't want to be in school. The longest I had ever held a job was when I was in high school, and I worked at our little local pharmacy store. I worked there for 2.5 years. And then after that, I kind of went through a bunch of different jobs. I've worked at daycares, mostly daycares. I worked at a car dealership. I loved that job, but we moved because I got married and we moved for, different reasons. When I was in high school, 3 weeks before graduation, one of my very best friends passed away. And as a result of that, I went off the deep end. I kind of built walls, and this was right before college, so it's probably another reason I got kicked out of college. And I built walls, and I just pushed people away, and I went and got a tattoo, and not that tattoos are bad by any means, but I just kind of rebelled, and I did anything I could because I was angry. I was in a lot of unhealthy relationships. I because I longed for love, and I believed that I could fix anybody. I dated a lot of fixer-uppers because I felt like I could save them. I dated a boy in high school whose one of his parents committed suicide, and I felt like I could fix that. So I didn't sleep for weeks because what if he called? I dated a lot of fixer-uppers, and at the age of 19, after I got kicked out of college, I ran away and lived with a boy who treated me terribly, who mentally abused me, who threatened to kick me out of my own car because he didn't like a song on the radio that I had turned up. I mean, just really bad things like getting in trouble for, calling the dog and it jumping over a table. Luckily, I don't know, something clicked, and 6 months into that, I decided to come home. And, and the list goes on, and you're probably like, oh, why is she saying all this? We're on this opportunity call. Why is she being so depressing? But I just wanted to let you know, like, I have this background. There are things about me that obviously are so ugly and that are so, just not good. But through it all, I've turned my life around, and I've found a purpose, and I've found my passion, and I've found something that I can be proud of. And so, even though all of this has happened to me, I've learned that I don't have to be a victim. We know all these people who have bad things that happen to them, and and while these things are a part of my life, I don't have to say this is who I am anymore. I can be somebody better than that. I mean, obviously I failed miserably. I've made my parents, not so proud. I've failed. I've done things that I shouldn't have. But I found this new path, this opportunity. And it's something that I firmly believe, like, I know in my heart this is what I was called to do. I have never felt that way about anything in my life, but I know that this is what I was called to do. I'm making a difference. And growing up, I was a big dreamer, and I used to dream about going to Hollywood. I actually had a teacher in high school that took me to Hollywood and put me in acting classes. And I had this dream to do these things, but I was too afraid to step out of my comfort zone and do them. And so then I stopped dreaming, and I became realistic, and I became hard, and I built walls. And all of a sudden now I'm dreaming again. And I firmly believe that these dreams are going to be reality. I know that this opportunity that I'm going to present to you tonight, I know what it can do for my family. Like, I've seen already what it's done for them, and I know the potential. And I love that I have this opportunity to help other people, because this has been something that I've always grown up doing. Like the fixer-upper boys, it was because I wanted to help them. I wanted to help them have a better life. And this is an avenue for that. It's something I'm passionate about. It's a life. My life has been elevated. So, like I said, while my rap sheet doesn't look so promising, it doesn't matter, because I made a choice to not be that person anymore, to not let those circumstances define who I am. And I want to share what I've been given with you guys. So I want you to know and listen with an open mind and an open heart as you listen to this call tonight, that no matter who you are, what your background is, or what your current circumstances are, you have the power to change it all if you choose to do so. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, the basics of coaching, and then what it has to offer. And I hope you listen with an open mind, and you just really let this open your heart up to it, and really see if this is something that you should do. So to first start off, before Team Beachbody, there was these two men, Carl Deichler and John Cogden. And if you haven't heard of them, they are incredible men. And in 1998, they started Beachbody. And I remember growing up, I would make infomercials, and I didn't realize that Beachbody was so ingrained in my life. But when I was little, and with my little brothers, we would get together and make commercials and video them. And I actually have one of me doing Buns of Steel, which is a Beachbody program. So they started doing these fitness programs, and they had Tony Horton, and they were videoing him. And then all of a sudden, in 2003, P90X launched. And I'm sure you guys have heard of P90X. And all of a sudden, it explodes on the scene. People are pumped about P90X. They're getting these results. And they're posting them on these message boards. I don't know if some of you remember what message boards are. I was 13, when this all came out. But message boards, they were talking about it on, and they were helping each other, and people were calling in, and they were, purchasing. And so all of a sudden, Beachbody's getting these phone calls from people asking if there is some sort of like referral program, because this one girl, she lost so much weight, or she toned up, and all these people now, because of her story, are going and buying P90X. And so they were approached like, is there something for those that are, referring people? And so in 2007, Team Beachbody launched, and that's where the coaching opportunity came in. So after that, everything kind of exploded. I mean, you have Insanity with Shaun T. Shakeology was introduced in 2009. Turbo Fire with Chalene Johnson. Brazil Butt Lift. Then you've got Body Beast. I mean, from 2007 on, things just kind of exploded. They have 21 Day Sticks, T25, PiO, 3-Day Refresh. And I'm sure I'm naming these and you're going, yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's what Team Beachbody, that's what the products that, we represent. And so they exploded onto the scene, and people were just really excited about what this company was having to offer. Beachbody started out they're pretty much a baby company. They aren't a very old company. Like I said, it started out in 2007, and they are just continually growing. Their revenue is growing. They're seeing these climbs. Right now, we're breaking record after company records every single month, because people are, just excited about this opportunity to share health and fitness and promoting better lifestyles to other people. Along with the revenue growth, there's a coach growth. In 2007, they started with 40 coaches. That was their founding coaches. They started with 40. And we are now over 300,000 coaches. And you may hear that and you'd be like, well, yeah, I know, everybody's a Beachbody coach. Why would I be a Beachbody coach? Because 300,000 is really not that big of a number. Do you know the population of the state of Wyoming? It's like you could fit all Beachbody coaches in the state of Wyoming, and there's still more people there. And so, it can be scary to think, well, there's this scarcity mindset of, I know my neighbor's a Beachbody coach and so-and-so's a Beachbody coach, and it just seems oversaturated, but it's not. And right now, currently, Beachbody is only in the United States and in Canada. So there's this whole world that is yet to be opened up. And I can tell you that if you go into it thinking that, there's not enough people for you, you're right. It is a mindset. There are so many people out there who are waiting for you, who've never heard of Beachbody, who are just waiting for you to help them. So what makes Beachbody unique? We have all of these different companies out there, nutrition companies and diet pills, and, why Beachbody? Well, when I started out, and this is just my personal story, when I was I actually started looking into health and fitness stuff in 2009. 2009? No, 2010, sorry. In 2010. I just got married, we'd moved away, and I kind of was like, I wanted to stay healthy. I wanted to stay fit. But then I found out I was pregnant, and I was like, yeah, we just can't do that right now. So after I had my daughter, I went into, and that was in 2011, I kind of went into a depression mode. I gained weight. I didn't like the person I saw in the mirror. I was really depressed. I can remember sitting in a rocking chair, holding my brand new baby, and telling God that if he took her away, I would totally understand, because I didn't feel fit to be a mother. And I can remember just praying, I totally get it. I just was so down on myself, and I was this way for a while. And I didn't take care of myself, but I didn't do anything about it. Like, I didn't like the person I saw in the mirror, but I didn't change anything about it. So fast forward, my kids are 22 months apart. So I had my son in December of 2011, and I was in my hospital room, and I'm like, I cannot go back to the person I was before. I can't be that person. My family deserves better, and I deserve better. And so I vowed to myself that I was going to change. So I started going to the local YMCA, and I was doing kickboxing classes. And I had to get up at 4 in the morning to go, which, 4 in the morning is totally doable. But I had a brand new baby, and he was colicky, and he was up all night, and he had acid reflux, and he had milk allergies, and he wasn't a happy baby. And I couldn't do it anymore, but I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to go back to the person I was before. And so my husband suggested insanity. And I had no idea. Okay, if I would have known what insanity was, I would have told him, heck no. But I didn't know what it was, and so I said, sure. And so we ordered it, and I started doing it, and it totally kicked my butt, but I loved it. And I canceled my YMCA membership because I couldn't go anymore anyway. I just wasn't able to make it at that point in my life with a toddler and a newborn. And with, having to leave my house at negative 50-degree weather, to go kickbox. So I started Insanity, and I lost 20 pounds. And I really loved what I was doing. And I started posting on Facebook what I was doing. Like, I didn't know anything about the coach opportunity, but I just started posting my pictures and, posting motivational quotes just in a way just to keep myself accountable. And a friend of mine who's actually a coach on our team now introduced me to the opportunity. And she introduced it to me, with a girl who's now my coach, and I started looking into it. But I'm a girl who does her research, and so does my husband. And so we sat down together, and we're like, if we were going to do something like this, we want to do it right. We want to go with the right company. And so I started looking and comparing Beachbody with other companies. And what I found was that nothing compared. Sure, you have companies out there who have, a shake or, a meal supplement. But they don't necessarily have the fitness aspect to go with it. And, you have other companies who have just the nutrition side of it, or they have just the fitness programs, but they didn't have what I thought was the whole package. And when I looked into Beachbody, this is what caught my eye. What makes Beachbody unique is the fact that they have the whole package, which I call the formula for success. Fitness, nutrition, support equals rewards. And so not only were you getting these awesome fitness programs like Insanity that I lost 20 pounds with, you're getting the nutrition. There's nutrition guides. You're getting Shakeology, which we'll talk about in a minute. You're getting support from other people. You don't just purchase from them and then you're on your own. You're assigned a coach the minute you purchase. Even when I bought Insanity, I was assigned a coach. And so I had an opportunity to, be accountable and be held accountable. And because of that, I was rewarded not only with a weight loss, with this weight loss, I was rewarded like mentally and emotionally. And so that to me was everything. If I was going to do something, I wanted to provide the whole package to somebody. So I touched a little bit about Shakeology, and I know some people know what it is, other people don't. I could tell you that it's full of superfoods, but that doesn't mean a whole lot. When I looked into Shakeology because before I signed up as a coach, I'd never tried it. And what drew me to Shakeology was the fact that not only did it help with weight loss if I needed that, it also helped fight diseases. I suffered from headaches like nobody's business. And if I could get rid of headaches, if I could get rid of having to take Tylenol 5 times a week, I was on board. And so while they can't guarantee that it's going to, cure anything, there's so many good ingredients inside of this that I thought, I want to give it a try. And I can tell you that I very rarely have a headache anymore. And I have gone from having migraines. I used to have them about every 3 months. I've had 2 in the last 2 years. And so for me, that's huge. The other part of it that I love, energy. I have 2 kids. I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And we all know how crazy kids are. And it's hard to keep up with them. And if they don't sleep, you're dragging your behind the next day. And so Shakeology gave me that boost that I needed, that I didn't have that crash during the day. I used to take naps with my kids, and I used to nap every single day, and I very rarely take a nap. It's also, I am not a vegetable eater at all. I don't. I've never have been a very good vegetable eater. I hate to admit that because I should be eating my carrots and my celery and all of that good stuff, but I don't. And so Shakeology, one of the reasons that I was so drawn to it was that it equals, 1 serving equals 10 trips to a clean salad bar. And for me, a salad bar that I would have gone to would be like a little lettuce with a lot of ranch. And so for me, this was something that could help me be healthier. This is something that could help me, reach my goals. So with the help of Shakeology, after signing up as a coach, with the help of Shakeology, the support from my coach and accountability and helping my challengers and the workouts on my Did Insanity, and then I moved on to T25, I've lost almost 40 pounds, which people look at me and think, what, like, you don't have that sleuth, but I did. And not only that, I had so much emotional baggage that I needed to lose. Like, this isn't just about your weight. I mean, obviously people put on weight, but there's so much more behind it. And as coaches, we have the opportunity to help people all of that. To you, and they will pour their heart and soul out to me, and I can help them. So there's something for everyone, which is another thing that really drew me into. I love hardcore workouts. Like, I am an insanity girl. I love showing. Not everyone is that way. And so we have programs for every single person. I mean, they have programs for people in their 60s and 70s, which is so cool. My parents' fitness journeys, and we just completed a round of 21-day fix, and they each lost 7 pounds. And that's amazing. I mean, they're in their 50s. And so there's something for everyone. It doesn't have to be just for these hardcore workout junkies. You can be someone who loves yoga. You can be someone who loves weights. They have a new dance program. So they're always coming out with new things to make sure everyone is taken care of, that everyone has an opportunity to better themselves and their health. And there's so many results. I mean, you can get online and you can see that. I have a girl who has lost, I know it's over 100 pounds. She has gone from wearing a size 6X to a size 1X. That is incredible. I see my challengers. I have a girl who just lost like 9 or 10 pounds in 21 days. And not only that, and I don't want to stress the weight loss, because those results, while it's amazing to see the pictures, the stories behind them they're so much more rewarding. To be able to have a girl, or someone message you and just tell you, thank you for inspiring them, because today they did a 10-minute workout. That's everything. You're helping them. Like I said, it's not all about the weight. You're helping them feel better about themselves. And that is just the best reward ever. Another thing I love about Beachbody is the peer support. We have what are called challenge groups. And they're these Facebook groups. They're private, where you put your, clients in these groups. And not only are you cheering on your clients, other people are cheering each other on. I have girls, and I usually do women only. So if you're a guy, I'm sorry. It works for guys too. I have women in there that not only talk about their fitness aspects and their nutrition, they're opening up about their lives. They're sharing with each other. One has a bad day, they're like on there rallying around each other. Peer support is so important. And the Beachbody, not only that, but the Beachbody community is so incredible. As a coach, I have been plugged into so many different groups where people, are so supportive. They're sharing what's been working for them. They're helping one another. We just got back from Nashville, a big, huge convention in Nashville for Beachbody. It's called Summit. And to rub shoulders and meet other coaches, there's nothing that compares. It is this incredible community of people who are on a mission to help others. And it's just something that I can't explain it very well. It's because it's this feeling that I have. When I go to Summit, when I go to this event, this year I was really good and I kept my emotions in check, but I cry. I just sob because it's amazing to me to see this group coming together for this common belief. So what is a coach? You're thinking, okay, this is great. And I kind of mentioned earlier. So what is a coach? A coach doesn't have to be a fitness or nutrition expert. They don't have to be at their goal weight or their fitness and nutrition goals. They don't have to have a certain BMI, body mass index. They don't have to be experienced at sales. But what a coach should be is someone who can share how people can change lives and achieve their goals. Someone who's passionate. Someone who's committed to being proof of the product. Not only are they talking about it, they are doing it themselves. They are showing up. They are, and while they don't have to be perfect, because we all slip up, I slip up, I have pizza sometimes. You don't have to be perfect. You're still showing up. You're showing people that you're committed to this as much as they are. And they're always improving and developing themselves. So the Beachbody coach aspect, one of my favorite things about that is a lot what Beachbody teaches you is to take care of yourself and then share it with the world. And so you're growing and developing and you're bettering your life and you're creating this more positive human being. It's an incredible opportunity. So the benefits of being a coach, there are so many different benefits. I could talk about this for hours. I won't, but there's so many benefits of being a coach. You get to set your own work hours. So while you get to set your own work hours, what I've done is I work when my kids sleep. So I'm usually working in the mornings and at night. But you can fit it into the cracks of your days. And so while you get to set your own hours, you do have to work. Like, I don't want you to think like, oh, it's so easy that I don't even have to work, because you do. And you have to make sacrifices at times depending on what your goals are. But I can tell you that you can set your hours and you can live a freer, this freedom life because you've worked hard for it. You can choose to be a full-time or a part-time coach. Now, when I say be a full-time coach, that doesn't mean you have to work 40 hours a week to be a full-time coach. But you're gonna have to set your hours. You have the opportunity to build online or in person. I personally build solely online. I live in North Dakota on my little hill. I really don't know anybody. I love being able to get on social media and connect with a bunch of other women who are exactly like I am. Living on my hill was pretty lonely. I was looking for something, I was actually looking outside my home for a job, but I didn't want to leave my babies, and this fell into my lap, and it has really filled that void of missing adult interaction, because now I have this opportunity. Like, I have all these friends, some I've never even met in person, but they're my You get to share your passion and attract other people. I get to wake up every single day and share what I love with the world. I get to share, this positive experience that comes into my life. So what are the rewards? The rewards as a coach, you get earned commissions, obviously. You earn bonuses for team growth. You have trips. I went to Cancun this year. I earned a trip for my husband and I solely by helping people, solely by matching people with the right workout for them and Shakeology and supporting them. And because I did that, because I helped them, I was able to take my husband with me to Cancun. That was the first trip we'd gone on since our honeymoon. I went to, Summit. I will be going to California in January, and then I'll be going on a cruise in March with my husband again. And so there's a lot of rewards. They want you to be rewarded for all of this effort and hard work that you're putting in to help other people. Lots of recognition. They send out every month when you reach a certain goal, they send you different things. I have a Shalene Johnson bobblehead. And while that sounds silly, I take pride in it because it represents something to me. It represents the people I've helped. Sometimes you get fitness tanks. When you move up as a coach into the different levels, which I won't talk much about, you earn tank tops and shirts and bracelets. And then you also learn and develop yourself, which is the best thing ever, because I can tell you that I am a completely and entirely better person because of this opportunity. Because I invested in myself, because I decided that I was worth it, that my family was worth it, and I decided to take this leap of faith. I have grown leaps and bounds. I don't want to know where I would be had I not joined this opportunity. I was pretty sad. I was pretty down. I was pretty depressed. And sometimes I wonder if my husband would have stuck by my side had I stayed the person I was. Would I have him still in my life? I don't know. And so what I do know is that this has made everything better. And while we still have problems and I'm still a human being and we still, go through things, this has such a positive light on life for me. Things don't look so dark. We go through rough times. I know it's going to be okay. And Beachbody is what has taught me those tools, and I can never thank them enough for that. So learning and personal development has been the biggest reward forever. Like, out of everything I've been given, that is the biggest reward because I have found myself again. I know who I am, and I know what I'm meant to do with my life. So while I don't want to touch much on the money aspect of it, a lot of people, I'm not going to lie, when I started this opportunity, I was in it not only to better my life, but I wanted to help other people, but I also wanted to provide for my family. Because like I said, growing up with a single mom, my husband and I have a very good relationship. And while I know we're going to be married for, I tease him, for 100 years, being a product of divorce, you always think about that. And that's really bad to say. But in the back of my head, I'm always, what would my strategy be? What if he left me tomorrow? Like, I can't control him. I'm not leaving, but I can't control him. So what would my strategy be? And so part of that is kind of like I have to establish myself too, and he totally gets that. So when I first started, I made $30. You get paid weekly, and I made $30. And I remember calling my husband being so excited. And so I'm going to tell you, it's not a fast-growing business. You're not necessarily going to make $1,000 bank the first month. It's a consistency thing. You will consistently grow your business if you consistently show up every single day and you commit to help 3 people a month or more. So when I first started, like I said, $30 and that was in 2000, and I started like October 2013. I really didn't start till January. By April 2014, I had made $189 in a week, 1 week. And I was probably bringing home about $300 a month, maybe $400. Probably, let's see, that was a really good week. So let's say maybe $500 a month that month in April. So fast forward to April of 2015, in 1 week I made $420. And I can tell you now that this month I will have made $2,000. And I don't say this to brag, and I don't like to talk about money, but we all know that that's something, our time is valuable. Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, while they're in the business of serving other people, they still get paid. And so you have to understand that too. Like, your time is valuable. I get that. So my first pay, my checks in 2014 were mostly retail commission. It was for me selling things, 25% commission every time I sold something. In 2015, and even right now, it is because I've grown a team. And it's because what my mission is while I still sell commission, my main goal is to help my coaches duplicate what I'm doing. And so it's more of a team volume because it's based on what we're doing. And so it's a little confusing because you can't see a picture. I know we're on the phone, but just know that if you're always growing a team and you're always helping other people, you're going to consistently see your paycheck grow. And that's just going to be a direct reflection of how many people you have touched. So I want to touch on our amazing Ugly Crew. And you're sitting here going, Ugly, that is such a weird name. Why would I join the Ugly Crew? Like, who wants to be called ugly? So I'm going to give you a little backstory. So ugly stands for unique, gifted, lovable you. And the reason we came up with ugly is because there's a few reasons. But one of them is everyone has ugly parts of their life. In the beginning of this call, I shared with you the ugly part of my life, parts of my life. Things that I'm not necessarily proud of, things that I don't really want to, shout from the rooftops. But they are a part of my life, and they've helped mold and shape me and bring me to the person that I am today. And so we all have ugly parts of our lives. We all have these things, that while we're not proud of them, we can share them with other people. Like we can connect with other people based on them. I've shared my story with my biological father. I've shared that. And because of that, I have actually met a few ladies who actually ended up joining our crew through that because we connected. We get it. We understand. It's not easy. Another reason we went with ugly is because we firmly believed that anybody who joined our crew would be unique. We knew they would be unique. If you get on there, if you decide to join us, you'll see right away. We're unique. We're different. We're a very loving crew and community. The people on our crew are my family, and they know that. They know that they're my family. I never had sisters growing up. They're my sisters. They're the ladies that I lean to. They're the ones that have picked me up in times that I've needed to be picked up. They inspire me daily. They show me, they teach me daily. So they're unique. They're gifted. Every single one of them has gifts, and because of that, we all come together and we get to share our gifts with each other and boost each other up. And if I'm strong in one area and you're strong in another, hey, let's swap ideas and, build each other up. And every single person in our community, they're lovable. They are loving people. I have never seen a group of people with bigger hearts, because if you were to spending time in our group is amazing. If you were to spend just a day with them, you would see their hearts. They care and love for people so much. So what you can get from our crew, aside from all the amazing trainings that we have, that kind of thing, you're going to gain friendships. So many of us in this community have felt before we were Beachbody, we felt like we didn't have friends. Like I said, I had friends growing up, but I never felt like my friends really cared about me. Like I never shared myself with them. I just, kind of was happy Makala all the time, surface, but I never shared my deep feelings. I never was able to open up really with them. But these ladies get me. I can open up with them. I can share with them what's going on in my life, and they're there for me. And you can have that too. You can gain these friendships that are just so strong, and they're positive friendships. I've lost friends since starting this journey, and while I'm really sad about it, it's something that had to happen because they were bringing me down. They were negative relationships. They were relationships that brought me down, that didn't lift me up. These ladies, this community, we actually are getting more guys in there, but this family that we've created, they lift me up. They inspire me. They love me. And they'll love you too. You can find that. You will find a place. This is a place for you to fit in, no matter how different you feel. You get trainings from the start, like I said. We have team calls every single week where we get on and we inspire one another and we share what we have to offer. We do lots of recognition, shouting out. We want to celebrate you, shout you from the rooftops. We hold you accountable. If you say you're going to do something, we want We want to see that accountability. We're going to make sure, like, you are not going to be alone. I know so many times people fear that I'm going to sign up and then I'm going to be on my own. You will not be alone. You may get annoyed with us, actually. No, you won't. But we're there for you. We'll be there for you. We do monthly challenges, and most of all, there's lots of love. Like I said, biggest hearts I've ever met. I didn't know people could be so loving. And so it really is this amazing community, something that I've never witnessed before, something that I feel really sets us apart. So what are your options? You know, there are two different options, really. I mean, well, three. So you could join as a coach and help others achieve their health and fitness goals as well as your own. Or you could just, you're like, I just don't know if I'm ready to help other people. You can join as a customer to help you reach your own. So you have the two different options. And just because you are not at your goal weight or whatever doesn't mean you can't be a coach, because you can. Our crew is full of all shapes and sizes, and we love every single one. And someone who is in a different spot in their journey than somebody else can connect with other people because they connect with them based on that. So don't ever let that scare you away, but you've just got to decide for yourself which path you're ready for. You know deep down in your heart, you know what you need to be doing, and maybe you don't want to do either, and that's okay too. We want to help you in any way that we can. If there's a path that, you just want someone to talk to because you have this idea that you want to do that isn't related with Beachbody, talk to one of us. It's not a waste of our time. We want to connect. We want to help other people. So if you want to join as a coach, I recommend signing up with a challenge pack. A challenge pack usually saves you about $50 to $80. And there's typically a $39 coach enrollment fee. That's waived when you purchase a challenge pack. So a challenge pack starts at usually $140. You get a fitness program. So right now until the end of the month, this is July's call, you can get size, 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme for $140. That includes 30 servings of Shakeology. That includes some extra things. Some of them come with shaker cups. It just depends on which program you choose. And then you also get a 30-day trial of the Beachbody Club subscription, which includes Beachbody On Demand, which is like Netflix, but for workouts. If you can't quite afford a challenge pack, there's always, you could just do the Shakeology HD, but again, you have to pay a $40 coach enrollment fee, so technically the challenge pack would be cheaper. Or you could sign up with the fitness program and the $40 coach fee, or you could just do the coach fee. Again, like I said, if you're wanting to do this, you're wanting to build a business, I recommend the challenge pack because that's going to give you the formula for success for yourself, and then you can share that with other people. There is a $15.95 monthly fee that covers your media promotion, your personal websites. You have 3 personal websites that they help you with. You have a coach online office filled with different information. This covers your product warehousing, so you don't have to store any of it. Like, you don't have to keep bags and bags of Shakeology in your garage. Customer service, technical support, marketing. I mean, just there's so many different things that come with that $15.95 a month. And that's just your business fee. And there's also a quarterly fee if you're wanting to build your business, which we can go into later. It would be $39. But that is for if you are really building the business. And if you're wanting to build the business, you should be able to cover that. If you want to join just as a customer, kind of the same thing I mentioned before, challenge pack saves you $50 to $80. You get a program, Shakeology, the Beachbody On Demand trial, extras. If you get the fix, you're going to get the containers, the shaker cup. You could do that. So what I want you to think about is, what can becoming a Beachbody coach do for me? Who can I help, and what are my goals and dreams? And if you can figure all 3 of those out and you can answer those and they align, that's something to think about. Sometimes you wonder, there's all these reasons in your head why you shouldn't be a coach. I mean, I went through them. I listened to my coach. She talked to me. I listened to a call similar to this one, and I was like, she wants me to spend money? That's crazy. And I kind of wrote it off. And then a few days later, it just kept nagging at me. And I was like, crap, how am I going to tell my husband that I want to spend money to make, to do this? And I went to him, and being the dreamer that he is and the amazing guy he is, he looked at me and said, if that's what you want to do it. And he helped me sign up. And so it's, there's all these reasons in your head why you can't do it. You can't afford it. I don't have time. I don't know. Listen to your heart, because your mind is going to give you a million reasons why you can't do it, but your heart knows, and you know deep down. If you have a passion, if you have this burning desire inside to help other people, to make a big difference in the world, to touch other lives, to, maybe you have, not huge goals, but maybe you just want to quit that second job, or maybe, you want to put money into your kids' college fund. Maybe you just want to cover your own Shakeology, maybe you want to, maybe you have big goals. Maybe you want to retire your husband. You can do that. You just got to work for it. You just got to commit. You've got to just decide that you're going to help people. There's this quote that I love that says, there's freedom waiting for you on the breeze of the sky. And you ask, what if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly? You will never know. You cannot go through life wondering, what if I would have done this? You've got to take the chance. If you feel at all that this is for you, I encourage you to just take that leap of faith and build your wings on the way up. We're here to help you. We want to help you succeed. We want you to reach your goals. We want you to feel, we want you to feel that passion, and we want you to reach those things that you've been dreaming of. And we want you to feel like you make a difference in the world. Maybe you do feel that way, but I know I didn't. I didn't feel that way, and I didn't invest in myself. I pretty much just lived, I figured this was how my life was going to be. For the rest of my life, I just felt like I was just going to live day in, day out, doing the same thing over and over again. And I finally took the leap, and I've seen what life has to offer, and it's pretty great. And so I want you to think about it. I want you to really, ask yourself, is this for me? And if it is, we will welcome you with open arms. We want you on our crew. We want to work with you. We want to learn from you. We want to do this with you. So I want to thank you for getting on listening to my call. If you have any questions, please message me or the coach who invited you to this, and we'll get those questions answered. And thanks again for jumping on, and I hope to see you in our crew.